How would you like to die, Tyrion, son of Tywin?
In my own bed, at the age of 80, with a belly full of wine and a girl.
Test.
So today we have another sound design video from scratch. I hope you enjoy these types of videos. This time we will concentrate on the new Instruo Crewing oscillator, and we will try to build a nice fat crunchy bass voice. Now this will work great also in hardware. I will show you an example at the end of the video, and this is how the VCV patch will sound like. Okay, so let's start. I will use my key step to play the voice, but of course you can also sequence it, and I will show you how later on. So I will connect the volt per octave to the oscillator. I have here the MIDI module, volt per octave. To the volt per octave of crewing. By the way, I will use color coding, and pitch information will be yellow. This is why I'm using also the cable color key module from Inklen, so I can quickly switch between the colors. So in this case, pitch will be yellow. And now let's listen to this. This will be left and right.
They put a level on, just get a mixer.
Right, already you can see and hear this oscillator is in stereo. Right, maybe I will zoom in a bit.
Pitch is down.
And it's built. Out of 6 saw wave oscillators and 5 internal LFOs.
How come your pitch is different?
Add movement to the phase of 5 of the saw waves, and we can control also this movement. So we have the modulation depth, right? All the way left will be basically mono. There is no movement, right? So we can add modulation depth.
These like noise? Oh. Beta, gamma. You don't say what kind of signal they are? Okay, whatever. Tell me how you changed your pitch.
And we can change also the modulation rate, and you can see here the lights. These represent the 5 LFOs, basically the 5 modulation LFOs, right? And you can change their rate.
Done, get it. It's pretty though. Oh, oh. Okay.
Right, so let's go with something like this maybe, right? And we can already disconnect this. Okay, so now let's start with a filter. Now, unfortunately, there is no stereo filter in the Instruo collection, so I will use the one from Surge, and we will have the left going to the left and the right to the right. In hardware, you can use something like the Freak from Volt. I also have this in hardware, or something like QPass, for example, from Make Noise. There are other stereo filters out there. And there are also, of course, mono ones that you can use. You can always use 2 mono filters. Okay, so now let's see how this will sound like left and right. I'm using the OBXD filter here.
turn that up if I'm manually controlling it.
Right, we can add some resonance and then some drive. Maybe a lot of drive. Right, so it sounds already quite nice. Maybe I can go an octave lower. Oh yeah.
Wait a second. That's why.
Very nice.
Doesn't sound as clean. Is that just the rate? Holy fuck. Peeking. Okay, for the sake of just not blowing my shit out, this is effectively the same. Add a mixer later. Huh? Oh.
Okay, so now let's add an envelope to the
Swear to God.
amplitude of coin, and I will use the new knock function generator, envelope generator, also from Instruo, and coin has a built-in level control, right, with CV with a CV input as well. So basically we have also a VCA. So knock has three modes. We have looping mode, tech release, and also a tech sustain and release. So this is what I will choose. I will use the gate from the MIDI modules. MIDI module gate will be blue. Right, and then we have two outputs. We have a unipolar output that will output just positive voltage, and a bipolar. I will use the unipolar. Right, this will go to the VCA, and now I can also play this.
Why?
Go to the VC voltage, and puts we have a unipolar out, unipolar. Right, this will go to the VCA, and now
Oh, okay. Nope.
I can also play this. Right, just like
The fuck is different?
the module gate will be blue. Right, and then
Oh, wait.
the release. So Instruo and Coin has a built-in level control, right, with a CV input as well.
Thank you. That was what I missed.
So basically we have also a VCA. So knock has three modes. We have looping mode, tech release, and also a tech sustain and release. So this is what I will choose. I will use the gate from the MIDI modules. MIDI module gate will be blue. Right, and then we have two outputs. We have a unipolar output that will output just positive voltage, and a bipolar. I will use the unipolar. Right, this will go to the VCA, and now I can also play this. Right, just like this. And now I would like to have another envelope for the filter, to control the filter, and I will use another knock. I will just duplicate what I have here. Again, I will use the gate. Right, again, it's in the sustain mode. And again, the unipolar will go and modulate the filter. Now the filter, this filter works with a sort of a modulation matrix. All you have to do is click the button and choose the modulation depth. Right, so let's try this.
Did you turn it up all the way?
Click the button and choose the modulation depth.
Not quite.
Right, so let's try this. And I will change the envelopes a bit. Right. Something like this. Okay, now I would like to have a bit more movement to the filter. So for this I will use Oct, of course also from Instruo, and now to have both the envelope and Oct affecting the filter, I would like to
Nope,
mix them.
that's
Now
something
I know
different.
that I
Shit.
can do this in the modulation section of this filter to the filter. So for this I will use Oct, of course also from Instruo, and now to have both the envelope and Oct affecting the filter, I would like to mix them. And now I know that I can do this in the modulation section of this filter, but I would like to do this in the so-called modular way, just in case you would like to try this with other filters or in hardware. So for this we have to mix the signals, and I will use Vinca or Vinca, also from Instruo. This is a dual VCA. But we can also use this as a mixer, right? So the envelope will go to the lower input. The LFO, let's choose this one here, for example, modulation
Just chose anyone at random.
will be green, will go to the upper input, right? And the result will go back to the filter. Now we have the envelope. And we can add the LFO as well. Right, you can see the movement here and hear it as well. Right, so now we have both the envelope and the LFO affecting the filter. And now let's add more texture to this by using noise and use it to modulate the depth of modulation on Queen, right? So I will make some space here, the noise module from VCV, and I will use white noise. This will go to the modulation CV input. Let's close this for a second, right? And now start adding this and have a listen to the sound. Right, if I add a lot, but I just want a bit of texture. Right, something like this. Now we can also add even more movement by using oct to modulate the rate of modulation on Queen, right? So I will take even a slower output of oct. This will go to the rate CV input. Let's take this.
Whoops.
So for this, we have to mix the signal to try choose this envelope this on Queen, right? So I will use white for a second movement by using slower output of oct. This will go to the rate CV input. Let's take this just a tiny bit, just a bit of movement.
Oh boy.
And now let's do this. I will use the new Karn mixer also from Instru, of course, to mix a few signals before the filter. So I will make some space here. Right, this will be the new mixer. Now the first signal will be the stereo signal from the oscillator. So what I will do, the left signal will go to channel 2. The right signal will go to channel 3. Right, I can basically bring their levels all the way up, and then I can pan them. There is also a pen attenuator here, one left and one right, and then we still get a stereo signal. Again, we have left.
Son of a bitch.
It will go to the rate CV input. Let's take will go to channel right, and then now signal will be the sum output from Coin, but first through a notch filter with the IO47 true. But first through a notch filter with the IO47. So let me add the IO47, of course, also from Instru. Right, and here we have the sigma output.
Okay.
with the IO47. So let me add the IO47, of course, also from Instruo. Right, and here we have the sigma output, which will basically be a sum of the left and right. So it's a mono output, but still with lots and lots of movement thanks to the phase modulation of the oscillators, right? So this will go to the input of the IO47, the filter, and I will use the notch output. This will go to input 1 on the mixer. I will take the notch, so a VCA.
I hate
So,
this shit. Okay, you're going on a different fucking monitor. Fuck this shit.
knock has 3 modes. We have looping mode, take release, and also will do the left screwing of the left and right. Have the sigma output, which will basically be a lots of will go to the input of the IO47, the filter, and I will use the notch output. This will go to input 1 on the mixer. I will take the notch all the way up, add some resonance.
What happened to my rate? Girl Nova. What do you want? Nope. I don't know what you want. Gotta use your words. Off.